Morning everybody, and welcome back to Sharing Sunday with me, Helen Armstrong, aka Panda Pop's Crafting Joyful Moments. I've been playing. I know I say that every week, but I have been playing, and I think I may have found a new favourite colour. Normally I go for a deep green or sort of like a mossy green, as you can see from my nails. So I've been in love with Mossy Meadow and Old Olive for a very long time. I bought some new stuff from Stampin Up this week, and it contained Lost Lagoon, and I think Lost Lagoon has currently stolen my heart. So I made this card today, and it is a simple thank you card. This card has been made for one of my customers and will be getting sent out tomorrow. So I just thought I'd explain what I've used and how I've made it. You may also see a slight shadow coming across, and that is my cat walking across my craft table. The things I've used to create this card are Extraordinary Flora set, which is in the annual catalogue, and it comes with this wonderful washi tape, which you can cut out with this die. So I've used that. I've got the pieces already cut out for that. I've also been using the Irresistible Designs 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. This is embossed paper, and I had a play with it yesterday. This is some of the things that I played about with yesterday. Using some inks. I am going to ink one up this morning. I'm going to show you how I inked it up. But I'm probably going to use this particular one for the next card I'm going to make. So yeah, it just makes embossing really, really nice. Good morning, Twinkle. So I'm just going to put those out of the way, keep that to one side, move that. I'm also using the Greenery Lane washi tape, stamp set and die set today. This is in our January to April set, and it comes with, again, I've got this thing for washi tape. I am a journaler and I love washi tape, and this comes with this gorgeous washi tape. It is beautiful for just picking out the greens that you want when you're making a card. Okay, again, move those to one side, bring that card back in so you can see. And then I'm also going to be using the Party Banner dies, which again I bought this week. A lot of the stuff I'm playing with this week is things that have been going in and out of my basket for months. Do I buy it? Do I not? The Party Banner dies are also from the annual catalogue, which runs from May 2025 to May 2026. And these are great for creating banners, you know, for birthdays, any type of celebration. But I'm using this size to cut out for the card. Right, so let's get started. I'm actually going to do a slightly different technique. I'm going to use something different when I blend on here. I bought, this may sound really, really weird. When I was in Boots, the chemist, yesterday, those of you who are not in the UK, Boots is a big pharmaceutical company, and they sell anything from makeup to medicines. They had a sale on these tanning brushes. And I thought, oh, they're ultra soft. I wonder what kind of they're going to make if I play with them. So I'm actually going to see what happens when I blend on this paper. On this card, I used the brush for the background here, and it just created a really quite little nice mottled effect. Twinkle, you're going to have to disappear. I think she wants to be in the video today. I'm going to actually go for Garden Green. I did a Lost Lagoon one. I'm actually going to pick up the Garden Green from the, oh, can't even remember the name of the set. From Greenery Lane. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit on my brush and just see what happens when I blend it over here. Oh, it just gives a little bit more of a softer, different kind of effect. Obviously you can pick up more and add more colour if you wanted to, but it does give that little bit of a model effect. I am actually loving these tanning brushes. Yep, I think I'm sold on the tanning brushes, everybody. If you are in the UK and you watch this video in the next week or so, and you're Manchester based, they did have lots of these in the clearance section, and they were about £2 each. So I would go and grab them if you're in the area. Another thing I was going to try was just actually adding ink directly onto it. So this is what we call our re-inkers. I'm going to just see what happens. And then I'm going to use one of my brushes to go over the top. And that creates an, beautiful. Let's continue with that. I like that one as well. That gives a really dark effect. I'm loving this paper. I probably could have been blended this better. You don't normally use your blending brushes to go straight with the ink. Okay, love it. Those cut out would just be great, wouldn't they? Okay, me and my fussy cutting. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these bits out. I've already cut out the bits from the Extraordinary Flora that I want to use, but there are a couple of bits from the Greenery Lane that I want to pick up, so I'm going to cut those out as well. So bring in my stamp and emboss machine, my cutting and emboss machine. Really do need to move the stamps I'm going to use out of the way first. That would be good. I didn't clear my desk this morning before I started crafting with you, and I really should have done. It would have made things a lot easier. Right, let's have a go. So I'm just going to place this on. There's no point in taping this one down because there's no specific point I want to use. I'm just going to place it on and run it through the machine. I was one of the reasons I bought this set, the Greenery Lane set, was because as I said, kept looking at videos, kept seeing people using it, and I just thought, it is green. Why would you not go for green? Because green's one of your favourite colours. And give it a go. So I thought, great, I will try that. Right, next thing I'm going to do is get my... First of all, have you seen the state of this? We need to get rid of this that's on there, because what we don't want it going all over our cards. So I'm just going to quickly use a biodegradable baby wipe to get rid of that ink. My mat does need a bit of a clean because it's got lots of sticky stuff on it. When I'm not working, I'm either crafting or reading. And yesterday, this is interesting, I don't know anyone else who knows or reads LJ Ross books. She does the DCI Ryan series, set in Northumberland, all over Northumberland. I'm just trying to pick up, I've lost something. And I went to her yesterday. Let's use this. I went to a book signing yesterday and it was great, loved it. Never been to a book signing before. So yeah, we'll definitely go to another one. But as I say, the LJ Ross books I'm absolutely in love with. I'm just going to quickly die cut some of these to use on our card. Get the dies out. These ones, the difference between the Extraordinary Floral die and the Greenery Lane dies is that the Greenery Lane dies are separate. The Extraordinary Floral die cuts them all in one go. Yeah. Am I enjoying the fact that it cuts them separately? Probably not. Would I have preferred them to cut them all in one go? Yeah, I think I would have done. But I do understand the versatility of the set and the fact that you can just cut what you want. Especially if you're going to stamp the images, because the images do, the dies do cut from the what your stamped images as well. Okay, let's just bring that down so I can cut that one out. So I'm going for the garden green colours this time instead of Lost Lagoon. Hoping to give a different look to the card. Yeah, one of the reasons I like the LJ Ross books is that she they're set in Northumberland, as I say, and Northumberland is where I'm originally from. So every time I read a book, although they are a murder mystery type book, not really mystery, but murder romance type book. Yeah, even though they are that type of book, I still love the fact that everywhere she goes, I've been more than likely, and it's just great to revisit those places. So when she describes somewhere, I know exactly where she's describing, so it's really just adds a little bit extra when I'm reading the books. And as I say, love the books. This now, the new one has just come out, which is called Berwick, and it is number 24 if I remember rightly in the series. So anybody who likes detective fiction, I'd wholeheartedly recommend LJ Ross. Yeah, I should have really cleared my desk. I didn't give myself enough space this morning. I'm talking of desk space. Is anybody else crafting their living room? This desk is set up in my living room. One of the reasons is because my husband's recently retired. And it gives, when I'm crafting, it means that we're together a lot more, which is quite nice. And I just feel a little less isolated when I'm crafting. I do prefer to craft with people around me, and you know, often we'll be watching a Netflix series or what have you. At the moment we're watching Stranger Things. I know I'm very late to the party with Stranger Things, but yeah, we are currently watching Stranger Things. So it's quite nice. I get to craft and we watch Stranger Things together. Let's put these back. Normally these would be on a magnetic sheet. I've just not got around to putting them on yet. Move those out of the way. Okay. So we can sort of start to assemble our card. We have got a bit more stamping to do and a bit of fun to do, but let's have a go. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamps from Greenery Lane. And I do have them out already, haven't I? Don't I? Okay, take my stamps from Greenery Lane and I'm going to stamp on the card base. With this one, you can see I stamped the leaves and then stamped over the top. That's what we're going to do now. So we're going to first of all start with the background stamp. You can do it either way. I'm going to start with the background stamp. I apologise for any reflection that you are getting today. I should have put one of my the sheets down. what I'm going to do, because I know this is a really juicy garden green, I'm actually going to stamp off first. So I'm going to do the second generation. That's better. Okay, and one last one, I think, at this side. So anybody else watch TV when they're crafting? It would be nice to know what people are watching. And if anybody's got some recommendations or some great series. We're also, I think, dipping into the Only Murders in the Building as well. I think we're on season 4 with that one. That's a good one. So that'd be my recommendation. But yeah, as I say, I like crafting in my living room. I do have my dining room set up as a craft room, but it is much nicer. Let's just put that one on a different size block. If you've picked up a couple of my other videos, one of the things I mentioned to you was ensuring that you try and match the block that you're using to the size of the stamp. It does make things a lot better. Now, I'm not being that perfect with this because the effect I want is not perfection. So yeah, if you choose the correct size block for your stamp, stamping goes a lot easier. And I just stamp that off. Okay, not to worry. I'm not restarting. This is a handmade card, and these things happen. Okay, done a bit of a background. I'm now going to swap over and put thank you in the background as well. So I'm just grabbing my, oh, I had one out already. Let's just clean that stamp off. Always remember to try and clean your stamps off as well as you're using them. I've just realised I've got lots of bits and pieces on my fingers from earlier that I was stamping. Okay, put that out of the way. So I'm going to pick up my thank you stamp again with the garden green ink, and I'm going to put thank you on my card. Okay, not the best placement, but hey. Remember which end you need to push your ink from. Okay, let's close that down. So now we're on to doing a bit of building. Oh, before I do that, I do need to stamp a thank you sentiment. Do 2, just in case. I'll muck one up. Okay, so I'm going to build my card. Because I made that little bit of a mistake up here, I'm actually going to off-center this now. I think I might do as high as that, maybe. Yeah, let's do it up high. So my aim is to put it there so it's slightly off-center. And then we're going to build our middle bit, and I need to cut out, I'm using the banner die, the banner punch, I'm going to cut out the sentiment. Do I have it on a slight angle? No, let's keep it straight. Let's use that one as well. Okay. I can decide which one I want to use later. I always find it's better to stamp and then punch out rather than punch out and then stamp. That's how I feel. I think I'm going to use that one. Right, okay, let's start building. Sorry, my brain's all over the place this morning. Today, I didn't even mention the date, did I? Today is the 1st of March 2026. And yeah, it's can't believe the year is zipping by so quickly. Just getting all the coloured ones that I might want to use with this. We want to have a little flower as well, maybe. Right, okay. Then I'm going to add in my extras that I've got here. Right, so we're going to just gradually build our card. So I'm just going to move our main card out of the way whilst we build this up. So first of all, I'm going to start with this greenery in the background. Now, I'm going to add a dimensional to it. If you're in a country where you are having to pay for lots and lots of postage costs, if you know your cards are slightly raised, if you put dimensionals up, if you raise the layers up, yeah, just be mindful of the fact that it does cost more to send. It does in the UK. This will probably, because of all the layers, have to go as a large letter just so it can fit through. It's annoying that we're now being charged like that, and it's not cheap to send to postcards anymore. And I think unfortunately that's one of the reasons why card sending is not as popular as it used to be, because the price of sending a card has gone up dramatically. But I'm of the opinion that if you can, if you can send something homemade to somebody, or just send a card, doesn't even have to be homemade. If you can send a card to somebody, it will truly make their day. Coming from somebody who's just celebrated their 53rd birthday this week, receiving cards was still one of the bonuses for me. I love receiving a card, be that handmade or be that shop bought. It makes you feel extra special, is what I think. Somebody who's gone to the effort to actually pick out something for you. So, 2 of the cards I received this week, one from my cat, Twinkle. My husband always makes sure to get me a Twinkle card. So one of the cards I received this week 2 of the cards I received this week have got felted pieces on the front, which I'm going to put in my journal when I take my cards down at the end of this week. Yeah, they somebody's gone created some felt artwork and then put it on a card, and it looks stunning. So I am looking forward to adding that to my journal. It'll probably be Tuesday, because we have the tradition of keeping cards up for a week once it's your birthday. So from the day of your birthday for a whole week, you get to put your cards up. And we've had that tradition for a very long time, actually. I think since we've been married. and that is a very long time. 33 years this year. Now you may notice some of these, the bits I cut out are thinner, they're not on card. I actually put it on wax paper, just to give a slightly different effect. You have to be careful though with the wax paper, obviously, because when you're adding glue and stickers to the back of it, they will show through, unfortunately. So you just have to remember where your placement is and to ensure that that bit is hidden, because you can just see underneath those bits. Okay. Do I want to add anything extra? Maybe that one just there, or just, oh actually, yeah, I'd quite like that one there. Right, so we're nearly done adding our florals. Now we're heading into spring in the UK. I am really looking forward to those flowers, all the flowers which are blooming. The leaves get their trees. The trees get their leaves back, and everything becomes more green. So yeah, I am looking forward to that. But I do have to say that one of my favourite seasons is winter. I enjoy the stillness of winter sometimes. The fact that, you know, it is quite, you do get those bleak days, but when it's the sun shining in winter, you get that beautiful blue that comes through. Yeah, I've got a part of a dimensional stuck on the inside of my nail. Yeah, so I do really enjoy winter time as well. But I think my body much prefers spring and summer. If you've noticed, I'm using my fingers again, because guess who has lost both of their pokey tools? Me. Yeah, doesn't take long for me to lose something. Now this is the tricky bit. I am trying to tie a bow on camera. Not easy. I don't do bows well at the best of times. Okay, not too unhappy with that. But I am going to move it so it's facing down. Twist it round. And I would normally just use a glue dot, but I couldn't find my glue dots this morning, so it's going to be one of these, unfortunately. Okay, so now we're sticking our thank you onto the card, or onto our layer, should I say. I'm just going to have it placed slightly off underneath there. Let's straighten that up, okay, like that. And then let's put our dimensionals. Do I put yeah? Let's lift it up. This is a card which is going, which will go into the large letter post, because I am sending that little bit of a thank you gift as well to my customers who shopped with me in February. So if you shop with me, at the end of that month, I do send out little gifts just as a thank you for placing your order through me, Helen Armstrong. You could find me on the Stampin Up website in the UK as Helen Armstrong. Yeah, so I do send all my customers a little thank you for shopping with me. What have I done there? Managed to get that trapped underneath. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, so as a thank you for shopping with me, I do send you a little gift and a thank you card. Okay, what do we think? Do we have a favourite? After saying Lost Lagoon is the favourite, I'm not so sure now. I do quite like that Garden Green, back to green. Just for, yeah, I use the linen thread for my bows, and I will probably be putting a embellishment on the top just to cover that dimensional, but currently I haven't got any to hand, but I will post a picture. When I post the picture on this, it'll be with the embellishment on. So yeah, that's 2 cards made with things that I never thought I would actually buy. But yeah, as I said, these have been going in and out of my basket for months. Well, the Greenery Lane has definitely been going in and out of my basket since January. Yeah, and I am so glad I got it now because those colours are just stunning. I absolutely love them. And then the Party Banner dies, again, which are in the current annual catalogue. Yeah, that has gone. It must have been got in and out of my basket probably every time I've put an order in, and then I've just taken it out of my basket again. But I'm so glad now that I've actually got it. So yeah, hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope you try and make something similar. If you do make something similar, please put a comment in and show me what you make. And you know, if you can, like and subscribe with this video, because it does help to grow my following. Yeah, but I do enjoy doing these videos anyway every week. So please have a wonderful rest of your weekend, those of you who are having a weekend, and if you've got time off next week, enjoy your time off next week. Always remember, craft your joy. Thanks. Bye.